to his mouth, lips, or write it down. So how many of you may have a similar situation? You have an idea for speech that you want to hit out of a ballpark, but somehow you can't translate it into something that is organized or in a way that people can understand it. So tonight, you and I are going to help Harvey make an outline for his speech. And we're going to be covering two different ways to give an outline for a speech. One is an outline method, which has different topics and subtopics. Another is called an mind map. So, and both these type of organizations, have the same. You tell them what you tell them. You're going to tell them. You tell them, and then you tell them what you just told them. So first we'll do the outline one, and the topic is attention deficit disorder, or ADHD. Now, if you're going to talk about ADHD, what would you want to include in the speech on that? Does anybody have some ideas of different topics or points? Define, okay, define it. What is ADHD? Anybody else?
Symptoms.
Symptoms, yes. Anything else?
Treatments.
Treatment, yes. So we have symptoms of ADHD, causes of ADHD, and treatment. Now, can someone tell me what the symptoms are of ADHD?
Short attention span.
Yeah, short attention span.
What?
Some of them are hyperactive, they can't sit still. Others are maybe they'll blurt out when they should be blurting and talking. So these are about three things of ADHD. So you put those three under the symptoms of ADHD. Now, does anybody know the cause of ADHD? Yes?
Unknown.
Unknown? Well, one thing, it seems to affect the executive functions of the brain. And they think it's inherited because it seems to run in families. In fact, many parents find out they have ADHD when they find their son or daughter has been diagnosed with it. They find out, oh, I have the same symptoms. So then they get treated also. Now, there are three ways to manage ADHD. Does anybody have any ideas of how to manage it? Yes?
Drug of
Medication.
Medication, yeah, that's most important. Everybody thinks of Ritalin.
Yeah.
You know, that's rather than two types. That's a stimulant type. There's also some non-stimulant drugs, so we can also put those in our outline. Another way is behavior modification, and the third way is create an environment that's more conducive to someone with ADHD. And can do different things. One thing, people with ADHD have a hard time following things, so rather than put things in a file drawer, you put things more vertically where they can be seen easier. And even use a color coding. Now that we have three main points: the symptoms of ADHD, the cause of ADHD, and ways to manage ADHD, and different subpoints, we need to maybe develop a introduction. So you put in a part where you tell them what you're going to say. There's somebody that's willing to put a stab at making an introduction. Yeah, I'll go ahead. You know someone who goes around like a whirlwind? You can't be trusted to follow through on promises or interrupts when you're talking. These are signs of hyper-deficient hyper disorder, or ADHD. Now, after you develop your introduction, you also need a closing, which also contains the three items. So, close, now you know the symptoms of ADHD, the cause of ADHD, and ways one can better manage ADHD. So, this is basically the outline. We have the three main points and subpoints, introduction and a conclusion. All these within a main, under the main, tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you have told them. So this is the outline method. Now the mind map method of organization seems to be more like for someone who's creative or maybe like an artist. That you take the main subject, the ADHD, put it in the center, put a circle around it, and then put down random thoughts. And we put down the different 3 things that we said already, the symptoms of ADHD, the causes of it, and ways to manage it. And we'll put those in boxes and then any other subpoint underneath that. Then step 2, take each of the 3 main items, put them on separate pieces of paper with a circle around them, and then do all the subpoints in the same manner. And then you work with the minor subpoints, put them in the order that you want to say them first. Then you do the points and then or subpoints and do the main points, so that you really have something that's consistent, concise, the way you want to say put it. And of course, you want to also begin to have an opening and a closing as you did with the previous outline method. So now I've given you both methods, that the outline method and the mind map method of creating speeches, and both contain that what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you have told them. So now we have a good speech outline for Harvey. He can now go through his notes, practice speech, and then hit it out of the ballpark. And you too, using the same methods, can hit your speech out of the ballpark also like Harvey. Thank you.
Everybody please take a minute and give Don some written feedback.